Hello, hello, Mr. Timmy. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Hello, Hope.
How's
Beautiful weather outside.
it is gorgeous. I was just before this
Yes.
call, I was doing some like taking care of some errands and stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And it's just nice to see the sun, man. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
really nice to see the sun.
Uh,
Put a bit of a smile on my face. So,
mhm.
how was your week?
It was good. It was good. Just it's actually getting pretty cold in Canada. So, yeah, it actually feels like winter now.
That's very true. It actually has been, and it's
Yeah,
supposed to be like dip down to like -21 with the wind chill like tonight.
right.
So, but you're
The
good place.
groundhog says spring's going to come early, I think. Right?
So I think you're right. I think you're right. Wyerton Willie, which is our
Yeah.
groundhog that we reference, I think, did not see his shadow. So therefore,
Mm.
or something like I don't
But then
know.
I think like American groundhog said the opposite, I
Yeah,
think.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what
And I think even like isn't it like even within different areas they have different like
groundhogs.
I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, I bet. I mean, remember Waterloo? Like they have a lot of groundhogs.
That's right. But do they
Right,
have like the
right.
one groundhog they use?
No, I don't think so. I
Because I
don't
know
know.
like the reason why I know the one groundhog, his or her name is or what I don't know, Wyerton Willie, and the reason I know this
Yeah.
Wyerton is not too far from Meaford,
Ah,
so I think that's why that's why I know that groundhog. But I'm pretty sure
I
there are
see.
other groundhogs. So
But that groundhog is the official groundhog of Canada.
that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know if there's an
Mm,
official one for Canada, or I don't know if there's
mm.
one for different areas. This is I
Maybe
don't know,
we'll
man.
we'll we'll talk about this
Well,
in depth next time.
this deserves its own conversation.
Yeah, I'm like, huh?
The
How
science
did they
behind
choose
the groundhogs and
groundhog?
who we
Yeah, yeah,
choose.
yeah.
Yeah,
All I remember is like I was like, oh, this Groundhog, whatever. Like we all watched the movies. It's like Groundhog Day, great movie,
I
right?
haven't actually seen it.
Really?
Yeah, I
Oh,
haven't
I
seen
see,
it.
I see, I see. Oh. Anywho, but
Yeah,
in like Waterloo, what's that football field? CIF?
Columbia Ice. Yeah, where the football thing, where you played.
Yeah. No, but anyway, so there, like there's like a little hill that dips
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
to
yeah,
the
yeah,
field,
yeah.
and in spring we saw there's so many holes, and you could actually see like groundhogs digging its way. It's hilarious.
Really?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I did not know that.
That's
I'm not
when I
surprised.
saw
Yeah.
groundhog in a natural habitat. I was like,
Oh,
wow, Waterloo has a lot of groundhogs.
Waterloo's got a lot of animals. Period. I feel like.
Really?
Oh, there's a lot of geese everywhere. There's
Mm,
groundhogs.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Oh,
yeah.
and that farmers market, just excellent, tremendous.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
St. Jacobs, St. Jacobs.
Which burned down, and then I heard
Yes.
it came back, right? They
Yeah, they
rebuilt
built
it.
like the original one burnt down or something like that, and
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they built like another one like in the same area or something
yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
you know, I have to say like St. Jacobs is a pretty cool spot. You know, I mean, it's a
Yeah,
big farmers market if you like that thing, and I miss it. I miss
yeah.
Waterloo. I want to go there.
You know what? That should be another one that we talk about.
University.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. We should get the
Yes.
Waterloo guys in.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Okay.
That'll be good.
Okay.
That'll be good. Okay.
We'll chat. Yeah.
So
Cool.
I was so part of the errands that I was taking care of. I had to go see my aunt, and my aunt has been helping out with my grandmother, who has
Mm,
been in like a retirement home thing. So
mm,
one of the good news is, I guess, in Toronto, oh, it's good news and bad news. So bad news is the rollout of the vaccines have been quite slow in
mm,
Canada as a whole. Like Canada's kind of
mm.
fallen by the. There's all this stuff going on, but the good news is I was talking to my aunt just earlier today, and she was telling me that because she's been helping out seeing my grandmother who got the first vaccine, like first of
Yeah.
two vaccines, and the second one she's getting I think later this week. But my aunt got vaccinated as well because she's like an essential care worker. Well, she is
Caregiver.
my grandmother's essential like helper or whatever. So
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
got her first vaccine about a month ago, and
Oh.
she's getting her second vaccine later this week. So I was
Okay.
like,
Okay.
that's like we were quickly chatting about that, and I was like, that's really exciting because it's like it's proof. It's like a real life version of the light at the end of the tunnel.
Like actually, someone who got it.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So it was
Oh,
just nice to
cool.
like talk about, oh yeah, shit, you got
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
vaccine and stuff like that. So yeah, no, it was cool. It was we didn't chat too long about it, but she said she got it and
Mm.
no issues, and it just it added a little bit of hope. to the dreariness that is COVID. So
Good.
I don't know, like have you been following the vaccine news in Canada and stuff like that?
Yeah, nowadays I just watch like short clips of global news just to keep up with what's happening.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I did hear they're gonna make up the lost volume. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
what I
yeah,
heard.
yeah, yeah.
So
So it's been an interesting. So like again, like governments around the world, and I guess we'll focus on Canada. Early on, they like the government, the federal government signed all these deals with potential vaccine makers, just in like
yeah.
just kind of getting ready. And then I think currently, as of today, February 7th, I think in Canada there are only two of the vaccines that have been approved, and of the two in the last couple of weeks, there have been some issues with the supply chain, like issues. I don't know if issues is the right word, but there's manufacturing, like one of the plants for one of the vaccines, like they're doing like a rehaul or something like that to
Mm,
increase capacity. So all this to say that the amount that we had been expecting to receive, we as in Canada, the number isn't where we originally thought that it was going to be. I think that's kind
mm,
of the general consensus. So, but to your point, I think if you measure from from what I understand, these vaccine manufacturers have told us that yes, there's a bit of a dip now, but overall, by the end of the quarter, the expectation is
they'll
that the
make it up.
targets are sticking to it. Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So, yeah. With all that being said, like, I mean, I don't know, where's your head at? Like, I mean, I don't think you or I are expected to get anything till like I don't know, July, August. Like, I don't
I don't
even
even
know
know
anymore. Yeah,
anymore.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Are you excited
Uh,
for it? Like, where's your head at with all this?
oh yes. Oh, these are some funny things I've heard like in the news. Like in Florida, they actually had travel packages that guarantees you get getting a COVID vaccine, and it's a package. You pay like 3 grand, flight included, hotel included, and they arrange a vaccination for you. So, like U.S. government obviously try to put a stop to that. It's like, hey, these vaccines are for our citizens. You can't be selling that stuff. Yeah,
Wow, that
yeah,
is like so American healthcare. It's like
yeah,
whoever's the highest, like whoever's willing to pay the most, here you go. We're gonna spruce it up. We're gonna give you the whole
yeah,
shebang, but you just got to pay for it. Coming
exactly.
from Florida, I'm not surprised in that. Wow, wow, wow.
But yeah, that not I'm not saying I was gonna do. I don't first. I probably don't have the money. Second,
Yeah,
am I
yeah,
that worried? I'll
yeah,
I'll just wait for my turn.
yeah, 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 yeah,
These
yeah.
are the type of things. If you do it, you will be the people who would make the news,
Oh
and then you're
yeah,
like,
I don't well, like I
give the
think
vaccine to people who need
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Why
yeah.
you gotta go and try to get it? Yeah,
Well, I don't know if
exactly.
you remember. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago. There's some businessman based out of
Mm.
like Ontario or somewhere in
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Toronto.
yeah, yeah.
Him
Yeah.
and his wife flew to the Yukon,
Yes, he was a CEO of Bass Pro. No.
like the Bass Pro Shop or some shit like that.
Yes, yes, I think
Really?
so. I think so. Yeah, he's
Wow.
loaded. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so him and his wife took like a
Yeah,
private plane to like
yeah,
Yellowknife or
yeah, yeah,
some shit. Said
yeah,
that they were workers and they got vaccinated.
yeah.
Not
Do you
look
know if
good.
they got 2 jabs or just 1 jab?
That's a question. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
What a waste it would be if they got caught after getting a 1 jab, and then all that for work was
That's
not
it.
for
That's
nothing.
for like 50% efficacy. It's just like, God damn.
Yeah.
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't
Yeah, I don't
know.
know.
But no, it's I think it definitely isn't good. Like it like no, like I don't think it's a good
No,
idea for them.
yeah,
It's terrible. It's
yeah.
like
It's like similar to like Gavin Newsom,
who?
uh, Gavin Newsom. So
No.
like the governor of California, and there were
No.
there were multiple of these. Like I don't know if we had any like scandals in Canada where a politician says like you stay home and like wear a mask and like try to wear a mask in between bites, things like that. But then they get caught indoor dining, not social
Oh, this has
distancing
happened
without
so many
masks.
times in Canada.
Really?
Oh
Who do
yeah.
you know? Do you
Well,
know
there's
anybody?
there's a couple of instances where people have traveled.
Oh,
Oh yeah,
like over Christmas
yeah,
down
yeah, yeah,
south?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Down south,
Oh,
there's been like a handful. So the okay, so
oh,
finish your story though. Like so, this California governor, what happened to him?
oh. Actually, so they're trying to do a recall.
Recall of what?
Like they call it a recall, So it's like apparently you can put, if you get more than 1.5 million signatures, then on the election ballot you can actually have a box that says like fire the current governor, and then people can actually vote for that option and then get him out of the office.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
so is it like one of those what do you call it? A petition?
Impeachment. Yeah, petition. Yeah, yeah,
So it got a bunch of signatures. So
yeah.
they want to just fire the governor? Is that why?
Yeah, yeah, because
For
they're
what?
furious because this
What
man
happened?
has,
What did he do? Sorry. Yeah. What did he do?
yeah, because like he's been putting the one of the most strict lockdown rules in America,
Okay.
the state of California.
Okay.
Like they can't even do outdoor dining. But interestingly, like their movie productions can stay open
Mm.
because they deem them as essential. And then these like restaurant owners see catering of food and at the movie set, and they see people eating outside. So then they're like, hey, like
Yeah.
how is this okay, but how can I not have an
Yeah.
outdoor dining?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then like all these like scan, and then he got caught dining.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah,
see. I
and
see.
his vineyard is open, but he did not let other vineyards to stay open. That's
Oh.
another one. Yeah. Just, and his kids go to private school, and his kids' school is open, but he shut down all the public school income.
Oh
How
my
how
god.
is yeah?
Oh
It's
my
just
goodness.
dirty, some dirty shit.
That's just it's
Yeah,
just so like like again, I don't know politics, but I would imagine
yeah,
when you're a politician, you have teams that work for you.
yeah,
Now I would imagine one of those teams should be some sort of like a PR team.
yeah,
Didn't someone be like, yo, dude, this doesn't look good? Like, was there
yeah.
not no one on his
Exactly.
team to be like, come on, man? Like how,
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
yeah.
That just
I mean,
doesn't
I
look
don't
good.
know all the details, but for example, like even if his kids were going, they maybe let's say they go to school in another state.
Sure.
They were always going there, so maybe. But even then, when you shut down the school, all the schools in your state, you probably should
Well,
think about that, right?
yeah.
Like, how's that gonna look?
Yeah, oh yeah, no,
Yeah,
exactly. Exactly. And
yeah.
like people are
So,
hypersensitive to like hypocrisy and like,
yeah,
you can't tell them to do one like, telling everyone, oh, do your part and then not do it. That's terrible. And it's happened here. It's happened many times
really.
here. Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Over the big one, the big one, or at
yeah.
least in Ontario anyway, was there was like an MPP
Uh-huh.
and
Yes, yes,
yeah,
please.
yeah, there's an MPP and so this was leading up to the Christmas holiday break. And it was discovered that over Christmas he went down to the Caribbean and specifically St. Bart's, which is like an expensive, like fancy, like Caribbean island,
Hmm.
which in and of itself is like dude, like you're as a politician throughout this entire time, you've been telling everyone to stay home, don't do unnecessary traveling. And then it was discovered that he went to the Caribbean, which again looks bad. But in addition to that, not only was it discovered that he went to the Caribbean, it was discovered that he had filmed a bunch of like happy holidays videos before he left. And his social media team was slowly releasing these videos like on Twitter to make it almost look like he was still in the country. So
Oh,
like, for example, like the one video was like he was sitting by his fireplace, like, and I think the video was like the tweet was like released on like Christmas Eve or something like that. And he's sitting by the fireplace and the fire's going on. And he's like, over these Christmas holidays, it's been a tough year. Like he's just sending one of those
yeah.
messages. But he wasn't home. Like it was
Mm,
pre-taped a couple of weeks before. And he had done like there were multiple social media tweets that made it
yeah,
look like he was still in town, which it made it look even worse.
yeah.
Politicians do this like pre-recorded tapes, like it's not anything unusual,
New.
but the
Yeah.
fact that he kind of looked like he tried to, at least in my opinion and a lot of people's opinion, made it look as if he was in town. Like one of the tweets was like, oh, I'm getting a sandwich at like the local, like I'm supporting
Oh
local businesses or
no.
some shit like that, and he wasn't just
Oh
doing it.
no.
And then the other thing that, and the thing that I found the most funny was someone discovered like a Zoom meeting. So I guess he was in a meeting, and like he was, I guess, with his team or some shit. I don't know, right?
Yeah.
And again, I don't know if this was like doctored or anyway, but in the video, you could see this particular politician, and you can hear waves in the background. But he was still wearing like his sweater, right?
Oh.
So the implication is like he packed a bunch of sweaters to go to the Caribbean to put it on when he's doing his Zoom calls
Oh,
to
that's
make it look like he was
hilarious.
still in Canada. It's just not good all around. Not good all around.
Yeah.
So, anyways, and there's
Yeah.
politicians all over that have like kind of
Yeah.
been gotten in trouble for all this. So,
Right.
yeah. Anyways,
Yeah. I find that pretty funny. It's just funny, right? Like what it's just everybody has a camera phone nowadays. It's a
yeah,
dangerous move.
it
It's
is. It
what
is.
a
It's
dangerous move.
exactly, and it's just like not even
Yeah.
just. It's just like, I mean, I don't know. I think if you want to be a leader and a politician, you kind of gotta like, you can't just talk the talk. You gotta walk the walk. You know what I mean? You're telling people
Yeah.
to like follow the rules, and you should follow the rules or whatever as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Too bad.
too bad indeed. Too bad
Too
indeed.
bad. Yeah.
But anyways, vaccine rollout. It's been quite
Yeah.
slow. So I mean, I don't know. Are you like the first day that it's available? Are you going to be getting like? I'll say this: the first like the moment that it's available for me, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna go get it
Yes.
for
Me too.
sure. Yes,
But I would
yes,
like to check which one it is first, because like I
yeah.
heard Canada is now talking to Russia and China to see if we can get theirs.
Okay.
Yeah, and I saw, so there has been some rumors. It's like, oh, okay, it's Russia and China. So like, whatever efficacy that they're saying,
Yeah.
is it really true? For Chinese one, I saw a couple other Asian countries actually reporting a bit lower efficacy than what they
Yeah.
claimed.
Yeah.
I think Chinese one's around like, what is it, like 60-70%? I think that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
they like advertise. And
Yeah. Yeah.
then the other like Asian countries who bought that,
They're saying it's not
they
as good.
reported as like 55%, something like
Yeah, I
that.
see. I see.
Russians, I think they advertise like over 90%. There was like an independent study that actually proved that
Confirmed
it
it.
is
Okay.
91%. So like
Yeah.
that's good. So then I probably will like look at like if I can get
Sure.
Pfizer or Moderna. That's like the top of the food chain, right? I'll be like, yeah, I'm be down because what is it? England's going fast.
Yes.
They're yeah, they're on their game.
Yeah.
So
Well, the kid.
it seems like for them by summer, I think they're vaccinating almost all adults at
Wow,
this
good for
rate.
them.
I think
Good
so.
for
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, they've been hit pretty hard, so it's good that they've been,
Yeah.
well, good for them. That's good. No, I think you like you were, so it's like one of the interesting things that has happened is you're right. There's all these different companies that have manufactured vaccines. Canada, like I said, like Health Canada or whatever the governing body is, has only approved two of them: the Pfizer one and the Moderna one. There's been a couple that have come out of like China and Russia. In some countries, before independent verification, as you mentioned, right? Like, and I guess some Asian countries. So I guess so what happened is like if you're Pfizer, you develop your vaccine, you do all the tests, and then you say, hey, our vaccine is like 90% or whatever, right? And then what typically happens afterwards is like the World Health Organization or other independent bodies will go through those results to say, hey, look, this is legitimate or not. And then Health Canada, for example, will be like, okay, yes, we know Pfizer, you said it's 90%, but because the World Health Organization has said it, because this guys have said it, then we are willing to like accept those results. And then they also do their review as well, right?
Right.
I'd like to think that process will continue for all the other ones, because some countries haven't. So
that's true.
Like for example, like I think like I read Argentina or something like that. One of the countries in like South America, they just bought the Chinese ones without, like, I'm sure their government did verification as well, but they didn't wait for the large like other governing bodies to go through the results before they started giving it to their people, which I'm just like, I mean, the more eyes, the better, isn't it?
Yeah. I would like to like at this point, Pfizer and Moderna have been given to so many different countries and so many people. if by the time we get it, I'll feel a lot more comfortable. I think I'm like, okay,
Oh yeah, yeah.
it's all good.
Well,
Yeah,
I think I feel like comfortable, like the fact that it's been approved, like it's like
yeah.
that's fine, that's fine.
Gotcha.
But you know, the interesting thing is, so apparently, like amongst this worldwide rollout of vaccinations, right? There's been a couple of choke points. There's been the vaccine testing, obviously. There's been the manufacture and delivery of the vaccines, right? Like the logistical issues. But the one thing that I've been hearing about, like the last hurdle, and the most challenging, at least according to some, is like the manufacturing. It's going to get better, like, you know, improving supply chains or whatever. The distribution is going to get better as, you know, all the fridges or whatever are set up. The last part is hesitancy amongst like the population to get like vaccinated, right? And apparently that's going to be the last but the largest hurdle. And I find that quite interesting because it's like, because I guess it kind of boils down to like what, people aren't sure, like they don't want to take it. So I don't know, like I don't know where your head is with that, like I think you and I will probably take it as soon as we can.
Oh
But
yeah.
a lot of it seems like there's a lot of people who might not be as willing to.
Mm-hmm.
What
Yeah.
are your thoughts on that?
So I think it's like, from looking into this, what something that hasn't been scientifically 100% proven is like the efficacy of prevention. So like prevention or transmission, sorry,
Mm-hmm,
transmission
mm-hmm,
of COVID. So it's like getting the vaccine, it has been proven that you're not going to get really sick nor die from it by getting this vaccine. But what's not 100% proven is like they do think there is some preventative measure of transmission if you do get the vaccine, but they haven't proven it like with
like it's not
studies.
conclusive. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So like I get, if some people are really young and knowing what they know, and if there is no conclusive result of like this is going to prevent transmission, then I guess some people may just choose to live their life not getting the vaccine and just develop their own antibodies if they're like really confident about their I guess immune system.
But
And because they're so young, I suppose like that could be their view, perhaps.
okay, I mean I
Yeah.
disagree with, like I don't buy into that, but okay, sure,
Yeah. I'm just trying to put myself in their shoes. It's like if they know the stats and say like, okay, I'm like 20-year-old, very healthy, like, you know, not obese and
Mm.
no health complication, nothing, no diabetes, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
What is the like, you know, like percentage of
Sure.
someone like me dying? And then
Yeah.
and then if they're like anti-vaccine type of, you know, then it's like, okay, I guess like the second point would be like, if it does have transmission preventative like advantages, then, you know, then you're just being kind of selfish, because at
I
that point
see,
it's like,
I see, I see,
hey,
I
like,
see.
you know, yeah, if they say this is going to actually prevent from you transmitting to someone else, how could you not take it,
But
right? Like
like
at that point.
I think out. I mean, there's always going to be people who won't, regardless.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But it seems like, I wonder if like, because it seems to be like I from what I understand, at least the last time I remember seeing a poll somewhere, is like the overwhelming majority of Canadians said that they'll take it, when there have been polls. I think I could be wrong, but whether it's overwhelming majority or the majority, it seems like if you ask 10 random Canadians, more than 5 are willing to take it, right? Like right away.
Yeah.
I like, I'm wonder like what like I like if you're hesitant, right? If you're like, I think there's like a spectrum of people when it comes to vaccines, and I don't even know how this has become like a thing, but like there's like a spectrum of people. On one hand, it's like, yeah, for sure, like I'll take it, like whatever, right away, right? Like, you know, you and then there's going to be the whole, on the other side, they're like never, like they're like never, ever, and then there's like a big group in the middle, and I think that group in the middle is like, it's like a large, Like there's anti and then there's hesitant folks.
Mm.
It's very interesting. I find like the hesitancy part I think I get.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, was this tested properly? You know, what are the side effects? That one I can kind of relate to, but the other stuff I have a hard time trying to like bridge that gap to figuring out why. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you have any experience in like talk? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know anybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I think also like being spending most of my youth in Korea, there was like no such thing as like anti-vaccine.
Well,
It's
I
like
think
because
even yeah. Well, I think even here, like I think from what I understand, the whole anti-vaccine thing started like late '90s.
Oh, it's new.
Yeah. Like late '90s, and
Oh,
by a particular like again, it because I'm very curious. So I kind of like looked into
yeah.
this a little bit, done my own little thing, and this whole anti-vaccine thing seemed to have started with one particular doctor who
Okay.
published one particular study saying that there was a link between like one vaccine and developing autism.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
he published this, but since then
Uh,
this study was like not properly done. There was not, like, from what I understand, there's no actual like evidence to like support what he said. So that's number one. Number two, the doctor's like lost his license. He can't even practice anymore because like he
oh,
made all this shit up. So from what I understand, like it's from that, like it's kind of started like this like I kind of planted the seed.
seed of doubt. Yeah, I
So
see.
I think it's even here. I think it's a
Yeah.
relatively
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't think people can make a general statement saying it's like all vaccines are bad. Like probably should look into every single vaccine and right, look at some
sure,
studies. Yeah. And then decide like, okay, maybe this one may have some um, adverse effect for my child because maybe the child has these like
sure, yeah.
already
But let me ask
medical
you this. But like, is
things. Yeah.
that like, and then I think this is kind of like one of the things that like I think about. It's like, let's say I have a child, right? Like
Mm,
I can, as much as one can understand without having a kid, because I don't have a child. Like I don't know what it's like, right? Like
yeah.
you want what's best for your child, obviously.
Mm,
Obviously.
mm,
You're gonna know your child quite well because they are your child. Whatever, I get it, right?
yeah.
But I would argue that like being able to decide, being able to make a like educated opinion on these things, like you can do your own research. You can do your
Right.
own as much research as you want. But like these are the things that you kind of defer to like the professional. Like you need
Mm,
like do you not ask the professionals? Like I can like I guess what I'm trying to get at is like how do you make those kind of decisions based on what? Like I you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
I understand what you want, what's for your best. You've done like a couple of hours of research on Google. You've looked up a couple of, like you know what I mean? Like how do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
how do you gauge that between, like how do you measure that against like people who've gone through years of school? Not to say that
Yeah.
they don't make mistakes, obviously, right? But like versus the governing bodies in place to do the necessary testing and all that kind of crap. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like it. I start lose. Like I stop. Like I can't follow along.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? You know what I'm trying to say, right?
yeah,
Like
yeah. Well, what the parents could do is like they could get second or third opinion if
yeah,
they're like
yeah,
really,
yeah,
they do their own research and then go to the specialists,
yes,
ask the questions, right?
yes,
And then, still not convinced, go to another one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then, if there's an overwhelming
Exactly.
consensus
Yeah.
saying like this would be good for your child,
Yeah.
then
Then you got to,
go ahead
yeah,
and go
yeah.
ahead and do
Which
it.
everything
Yeah.
that, like you said, is like you should do that. Like if I'm like,
Yeah.
if I've hurt myself, sure, I'll do like an hour of Googling to say, hey,
Yeah.
look, what does this look into? But then you go talk to like the expert and you say, hey, look,
Yeah.
I have this question. And then you defer that. And if you don't like what they've heard or you want a second opinion, get a second opinion.
Get a second opinion.
Get a second opinion.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
yeah,
like, yeah, I don't know. Like
yeah,
it's very fascinating if it wasn't so sad.
right. Yeah, I personally don't anyone. I think most of the people I know are pro-vaccine. And oh, I had a funny experience. Actually, I went to a like a travel vaccine, like travel clinic. So this is before I went to like Vietnam
Hmm.
just to visit, right? For fun. And then like they were giving me all these different like medications before I traveled, like hepatitis, like right, like that kind of stuff. Because like, oh no, like you don't know what you're gonna go and eat and like stuff. So like, your body's not just to
Yeah,
take
yeah,
all these things.
yeah.
And they gave me like 5 different things,
Mhm.
including malaria pill.
Yeah.
And then like the bill, I remember the bill being like $700.
Mm.
And then I was like, okay, like makes sense. Like I've never been to Vietnam. These people are telling me they had all these pamphlets which really sold all these medications to me because they're like, oh, are you ever like looking to traveling in this region of Vietnam? Oh, they're like, red zone for this, so you should take this one too. And I was like, oh, okay. And then I was asking some questions. I was like, how many people actually get these diseases? And then they were like, oh, like this one is like, there was like a one, they said like Japanese mosquito that can give you a brain damage, like brain disease. And it sound like, oh my God, this is like, what is this? And then,
Lost your video.
oh, 1 second, I'm coming back. Oh yeah, somebody was calling me. Sorry. And then I asked them like, oh, but like, how many people get this? And they were like, oh no, it's about 0.05% of the people. And I was like, you know what? That's okay. I'll just roll my dice on that
Yeah,
one, and
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
buy it.
yeah.
And then after I talked to Josh, and then Josh is like, you got all this? He was like, oh, my guy. I talked to my guy, and then he went to his doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then
Josh went to his family doctor.
yeah, he's family doctor, and then the family doctor was like, oh no, like these things you don't need.
Yeah.
Just just get the hepatitis, and then that's
Yeah.
it.
Well, I think that's the key difference. He went to his family doctor. You went to a travel
Yeah,
clinic whose
yeah,
business relies on you.
yeah. So I was like easily upsold,
Yeah, yeah,
Damn
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think there's like the doctor's just gonna tell no versus like I'm gonna go to
Yeah.
the establishment that sells me this. Hello, establishment that sells this. Which one should I buy? They're gonna be like, buy them all. So
Yeah. But now I am immune to all those weird diseases. If it ever happens, I'm
you're
immune.
golden.
So,
You could go to like the furthest reaches of the world, at
oh
least
yeah,
like in
yeah,
Vietnam, the jungles of
exactly.
Vietnam,
Right,
and you're
rice
just like
field, no problem. Yeah, just
Japanese
come
mosquitoes.
at me.
No
Yeah, no
problem.
problem. No problem, bro.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's good. I the closest thing I could think of is like I went to go see my family doctor, and I think he gave me like diarrhea pills or some shit from Mexico.
Oh, I see.
Except I don't know if I took them properly. I still had the mad runs, so I mean, like it didn't. Like I don't think it was. Yeah, it was an experience, but yeah,
That's
no,
funny.
it's yeah, I don't know. It's I think I'm looking forward to it, and yeah, there's a lot of I think in the conversation, like I think when people have conversations with people who are hesitant and stuff like that, I think the worst thing you could do is just like like, oh, you're an idiot, like why would you do like I think that's not it's not fruitful dialogue, it's not a fruitful conversation.
Yeah.
And I think the one thing that like the medical, I don't know what the medical, but I think the one thing that like some people have kind of like, again, if you're the medical community, I think the one thing that they could have done better is like people who have concerns, people who have legitimate questions, isn't to just brush them off all being like, yeah, no, just forget the question, just take it. Like I don't think that like that. I think there's a disservice to people who have genuine like concerns and just want to be heard and have their questions answered. And I think to brush them all off to be like, oh, why? Oh, you're an idiot if you don't believe this, so you should just take it all. Like I think that
Yeah.
that's not a good way to kind of like have a conversation, if you know what I'm trying to say, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
So
Don't dismiss the other side. Try to,
exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
Show
So,
them the evidence and then
mhm.
try to convince them rather
Mhm.
than just, it's like, you're stupid. Like, that's not always,
Yeah. Because
not a good approach for anything.
yeah, for sure. Because I think I think that happens a lot. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think, I think if I have kids, I'm sure kids they have a schedule as well. I think, right? It's like at 6 months you should
Yeah.
get this shot. I think all that kind of stuff. So the fact that this is like even like a thing now, I find quite interesting.
Yeah.
How is this like a topic of debate? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like back in Korea when I was growing up, it's like, you just do it. You just do.
Well, I think back up
Yeah.
everywhere. Yeah, you just
Yeah.
like yeah.
Even like people, another funny thing, before we close this off, like culturally, like Korean men all get circumcisions, right? So like that, like, because I know there's like a benefit of getting it when you're a baby, because like it can,
Just don't remember.
it can,
I don't know. I don't know.
absolutely. And then second, it's like, things can get in there and then cause
Okay.
infections, and because like
Sure.
like a baby's, it's not like baby is gonna like peel it off and wash it.
Oh
So
yeah.
like that concerns. I'm like, sure. But then when you're like over 10, is there really a reason to do it? Like, not really, but people still do it.
Well, I
Right?
think okay. Let me ask you. I think that you can even take that question further. What is the
Yeah.
reason to do it? Period.
Yeah, I only know that infection thing, but then I've also heard from the like other side, which is like this is very scarring. Uh, it could even leave a trauma for the baby.
Yeah. Well, and
That's
like
what I heard. Yeah, I don't know.
and like from what I understand, as far as like circumcision is concerned, like I think you're right. It's like if you do get it, you have a lower rate of contracting like certain diseases like
Yeah.
HIV or AIDS or something like that.
Yeah. Oh,
But
really?
I
I didn't
think
know
so. I think so.
that. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like if you take two dudes, one circumcised, one's not, and
Yeah.
they both have like sex with someone who's like it's like HIV positive or something like that. I think.
Yeah.
I think the person who's so circumcised has a slightly less chance of contracting the
Oh, okay.
virus.
Okay.
But like, I don't know if it's enough. Like, I don't know if the benefits outweigh
Yeah.
like the costs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And like, I wonder if it's just more like because I think I read somewhere that like so like Korean people like culturally I think Korean men do it, and I think culturally I think like Jewish like in the Jewish
Yeah.
culture do it, and I
Right.
think I don't know if Muslim men do it as well.
I
I,
don't know.
I don't know, but I think I read that like one of the reasons why this was like a thing, at least for people from the Middle East, it was like a because back in the day people weren't showering every
Oh, I
day,
see. Yeah.
and like you're in the Middle East and like it's hot and there's sand everywhere. Like there's like at least I think I read that once. You know,
I
whether
see.
that's true or not. So
Yeah.
there was like health reasons for like the origin of it.
Yeah.
But in today's world, I don't know if like the medical if it's necessary, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, but I don't know. I don't know. So
Yeah.
let me ask you, if you have your son, are you gonna do it or no?
Uh, I'll talk to the doctor.
Yeah. Being like,
I'm
hey
gonna talk to
doc,
the doctor and ask for their advice. Actually, yeah. I don't
like
think
other
I'll just jump to like, of course
sure.
they should get it.
Yeah.
Because like talking, like as I'm learning more about this too. Because like back then, my parents just told me
It's
it's
just
like
what you do.
you better get it, and I was
Yeah.
like 12, and I was like, really? I'm already 12.
What but
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh man, I gotta, yeah, and I had to get it.
so
Yeah,
why did they
there
do it
was
when you were a
no
baby?
explanation why I had to get it. It was just that everybody gets it in Korea, so you better get it. And
Yeah.
like you didn't get it when you were a baby, so you have to get it now. And I was like, why didn't you have me get it when I was baby?
Yeah.
And they didn't have any explanation, so I had to get it when I was 12. Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, rough.
I can't
Anyway.
I can't even really imagine. Oh man. You know what? After this, I'm gonna look it up. Like health. Actually, you know what? While I'm gonna switching gears. Today, it's the day of the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, predictions?
Predictions. I'm leaning towards Kansas City. But who knows? It's Tom Brady. Tom Brady always has the it factor. So
have
see.
have you been following the playoffs quite closely, like the NFL playoffs?
Oh, just like I would just watch highlights and stuff
Okay,
like
because
that.
I was gonna ask, like, I haven't really been following too much, so like,
Yeah,
how have both teams performed? Because I know during the regular season, I think Kansas City's
yeah,
only lost once. Like, I think they're pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
Is Tampa Bay, like, did they like have they been just as good during the regular season?
They lost a couple more games, but not that bad. And in playoffs, they've been doing really well. So
Okay,
that's probably what matters.
I see, I see, I see. I
Yeah,
think from what I understand, like the betting lines, the overall, like most people seem to be picking Kansas City.
yeah.
Who do you want to win?
Oh, I am indifferent, to be honest. It's
Okay.
like Tom Brady probably doesn't have that many years, so if he wins, good for him. He'll win seventh time. That's a lot.
Yeah,
That
dude,
is that's
I
gonna
think I
be
read that he's so this is his 10th Super Bowl.
that's
And
crazy.
there's been only like 54 Super Bowls. So he's been to almost 20% of the Super Bowls.
That's crazy.
Is that
That
not
is
fucking
really
crazy?
crazy. Wow, that's nuts.
And he's
Wow.
40 what? 4?
I guess so, yeah. What a goat. That guy is a legit goat.
So
And
again, as someone who follows football and knows football a little bit better, in your opinion, is he the greatest football player of all, like the greatest, like is it no question?
I don't think there is question. Right? Yeah. Yeah.
I see, I see.
Yeah.
I think I mean I used to hate Tom Brady
Yeah.
because
Me too.
I hate all Boston teams. I hate
Yeah.
New England. I hate Boston Celtics. I hate the Bruins. I hate them all.
Yeah.
So seeing Tom Brady win all that, I hated it. But now, I mean, I still hate them, like the New England teams. But like Tom Brady, like he is one of the greats, if not the greatest. And I like to see the greatest continue to be great. So I'm rooting for Tom Brady, just because I
Mm.
think it'd be a crazy story. I didn't realize this, but it's the first time the home team is playing the Super Bowl in their host city,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
which is
Pretty
kind of
crazy.
crazy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
then to have Tom Brady come lead a team, he just comes in, joins a team. Next thing you know, they go to the Super Bowl with it. Like, come on, man,
Yeah.
too
What
good.
a what a what a best return on investment that
Oh
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
you can't. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
I think from everything, Patrick Mahomes is really good, but he's only 25. He has the rest of his future, like rest of his career to like go to Super Bowls and stuff like that. So I think because is Tom Brady retiring? Is anything like is he coming back? Do you
Well,
know?
I have no idea. I'm sure I don't know. I have no idea. I feel
Okay.
like he would still play 1 or 2 more years, I think.
Okay.
He's
I
still
mean,
got it.
does he still have it though? Like again, I
He's
don't know
still
how well he
got it.
did this year. Does he? Is he?
Yeah. He's good.
Huh?
Yeah. He's
What about
sharp.
Gronk? How's Gronk been doing this year? Do you know?
Gronk's not as old, so I feel like I felt like Gronk retired earlier, but like football is such a
Yeah, yeah.
intense sport,
I thought
so
he had a bunch of injuries or some shit like that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, 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 yeah. But he's not as active. He's not as like dominant as before or
mm,
targeted as much,
mm.
but still makes a difference. Like when it's time to make a difference, he can go and make a difference because
Oh
he will
wow.
just carry like three people with him. He's such a big dude.
He's a
He's
monster,
giant.
dude. A
Holy shit.
monster.
Yeah, yeah.
Fuck.
So yeah. Oh, it's
Okay.
just gonna be good. We'll see.
I'm
We'll
looking
see.
forward to it. Yeah, like
Yeah.
I'm a big like I like Aaron Rodgers. So I was kind of hoping that like, it would be Aaron Rodgers in the
Oh, he
Super
would beat
Bowl. What's that?
like he would beat Tom Brady.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
because it's Tom Brady, I think as a casual sports fan, you can't get better than two superstar stud quarterbacks playing against each other.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to it. Do you think it's going to be high scoring? It should be a high scoring game, right?
Yeah, their offense is better, much better than their defenses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both teams. Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess that's what people like. It's more scoring,
Yeah, yeah,
better,
yeah,
more
yeah.
fun, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for the casual fan anyway, you want high
Yeah.
scoring, you want a lot of offense. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
do you think it'll be close?
I think it will be close. I don't think it would be a blowout. I don't think so.
Okay, yeah. I guess that's what I kind of want. I was telling Drew this, like, again, as like without a big dog in this fight, I just want like you don't want it like 30-0 at the end of like the first quarter or something like that.
Oh
You want
yeah.
like a close game throughout, a bit of a nail biter. So,
Yeah. I assume it would be like within two scoring game. I would think
within
within two
14?
scoring game.
or
Yeah,
within. Okay. Well,
14, I guess,
I
or
think that
16. Yeah.
I think the spread as of Friday was 3 points, 2.5 points.
Woo, really?
So it should be tight. At
Oh
least it's
man.
yeah.
Okay, we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Also, I don't know. Okay, so I was listening to like a sports radio. I heard this and I thought it was insane. So obviously it's like a 2 week break, and obviously there's a lot of like there's been heightened scrutiny on the COVID protocols, right?
Yeah,
Because if you
yeah.
get sick, like you're kind of fucked,
You
right?
can't play. Yeah.
Can't play. Apparently, there's a story. I don't know if you heard about a barber for Kansas City.
Okay.
So this barber, and I guess the way it works is like if you want to join like the bubble, like team bubble or whatever the fuck it is, you got to test 5 days in a row of negative tests.
Yeah.
So this one particular barber, he had tested 5 times negatively in a row. And then so he was allowed to come in and like he had like queued up like 25 players, all had like appointments just because they all
Oh,
needed a
haircut.
haircut.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So just before I guess he was to start his appointment, one of the staff on Kansas City was like, just in case, let's test him a sixth time. He tested
Yeah.
positive.
Oh, shit.
So just before the first appointment, they're like, no, we can't do it because you got COVID. So
Yeah.
the story was like, can you imagine if he cut like 25 people's
Yeah, that's
hair on
fucked.
Kansas City?
That's
You're
fucked.
fucked.
No.
You're fucked.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, 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 no.
I don't know. That kind of gave me a bit of a chuckle. But,
Yeah. Just go like NHL. Just grow everything.
I know exactly.
Don't worry about it.
But it's a Super Bowl, man. The entire world's
Yeah.
watching. You gotta look. You gotta look.
I just wear a helmet. It's okay.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I don't know. But yeah.
All right, man. Well, is there anything else?
No. Good chat. This was
Good
fun.
chat. This was fun. This was fun. I'm sure we'll
Alright,
do it
sir.
again. So I'm looking forward to next
Yeah.
week. We'll talk about Super Bowl. I want to talk about workout stuff. I got my home gym set up this week.
Yeah. We need to, maybe we need to like do a video setup. Like actually, as you work out, we talk.
That's true. That's true. And you
Yeah,
do,
like
although
actually,
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, like walk me through your setup and like
Nice.
like where you got it and like
Oh,
how
yeah,
you
for
like
sure,
it.
for sure, for
some
sure,
some
for
product
sure.
reviews.
Sure. We could do that. We could do that. Although I think so. I did squats today,
Yeah.
and I did a lot more than like it's only the second time I've been doing it, and I don't know if it's because I overdid it that like my right hip hurts, or I think there might be a little bit of a decline in
Oh,
the garage. So I think that, like I might have overdid it on the one side.
okay.
So anyway, yeah, we'll talk about it, and you can walk me through your routine. So we'll go through all that.
Sure.
All right, man.
Sure. Sounds good.
I'm going
All right,
to.
sir.
Where's the stop recording? Okay.
Later.
Talk to you later. Bye.
Peace.